Welcome to Vampires and Mermaids. I'm Erin.
I'm Risha.
You're making great facial expressions. I love it.
Woo.
What are we talking about today, Risha?
So we're going to talk about Abertach.
Abertach?
Abertach. I think that's how you say it. I
Cool.
don't know. It's probably wrong.
I know. I heard you mutter. You're like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to say this again.
Because I think I'm saying it German, but it's very much Irish.
Ah.
So, but this is the story that actually cinched me buying this book
Whoa.
in 2016 because it is the first entry in the book under the A's. And I was like, that's cool. Yep, I want this book.
Where did you buy it at?
Barnes and Noble.
Nice.
It was on the bargain books too.
Score.
Right? So this is the tale of an ancient Celtic warlord,
Ooh.
Abertach. And he is of Slataverity in Glenulin. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
It's a valley in Northern Ireland from the 5th and 6th centuries CE. So at this time, there were several tiny kingdoms, each ruled by their own chieftains or warlords. And so Abertach was one of these. He was known to be small in stature and deformed. Also known to be a merciless tyrant.
So real dick.
A little dick. He had a reputation for sorcery as well.
Ooh.
Which I was reading something about why in Ireland there were less witches burned despite being more...
Because they're real superstitious.
Right, the superstitions,
The fairies.
and the fairy connections, magical connections, belief in sorcery a lot, the druids.
I hadn't thought of that, but yes, continue, because that's a great point.
And as far as, so the people that were, I think it was a radio show I was listening to, but they were saying something like because that was so instilled in their culture, it wasn't seen as evil.
Oh.
And so, and a lot of the Catholic, I guess, rituals and things that they do is very much like symbolizing things too. Art was really big and doing the superstition like rubbing Mary kind of stuff like that.
Sure.
It was seen as, well, if you believe that, that's what you're going to do.
Right.
Instead of if you're doing that, you're doing something evil.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So it was kind of once the Protestant Reformation happened and a lot of things came out with that where the way you're acting shows whether you're evil or not, I guess.
Sure.
I don't know. I could be wrong. Somebody come and correct me.
That's something to think about, though.
Write in to vampsandmers@gmail.com.
Please.
But so Abertach had a reputation for more evil sorcery, and his people persuaded Cathan, who was a neighboring chieftain, to kill him because they were too afraid to kill him themselves. They were afraid of his dark powers.
I don't know why, but you said Cathan?
Cathan.
Cathan? You
Or
said
Catan, or I don't know.
You said that name, and I was just like, he's hot. And then you proceeded to describe how everyone was scared, and he's the one sent to defeat the big bad. And I'm just like,
aha.
Yep, he is hot.
And he did it.
Oh, see, he's hot. Because even if he's not, he just won some attractive points. Okay.
He did.
Sorry, I'll behave now.
You're good. Please don't. Abertach was buried standing up, which was a tradition among Irish chieftains. I don't really know why. I would like to look further into that. But that was how Irish chieftains were buried. They were buried standing up.
That's super cool. I feel like you could almost do a bonus episode on like unique burials.
Don't tempt me with a good time.
I mean, seriously, if you ever want like a not totally vampire but still death related, I know you have such a hatred for deaths and burials. No, I think that'd be super cool.
I would love that. I will work on it tomorrow. But within a day after he was buried, he returned.
Oh.
And demanded a bowl of blood drawn from the wrists of his subjects to sustain his corpse.
That's a hella tax.
Yeah. And so they went to Cathan again, and he killed him a second time. And then it was another rinse and repeat. He just got back up and repeated the blood drawing. And so Cathan went and consulted either a local druid or a Christian saint.
Okay.
Depends on who you're talking to, which one.
Sure.
And they told him that Abertach became a Neamarb, which it means the undead, and a Derg Divali, a drinker of human blood.
Oh.
Impossible to kill.
Oh.
But they could prevent the resurrection if he was destroyed with a sword made of yew wood and then buried upside down, surrounded by thorns and ash twigs, with a great stone placed directly over his grave. So he wouldn't be able to, crawl out. So Cathan did this and created a great lecht, or sepulcher, over the creature, like the big stone. And that is why the area is called Slataverity, or Abertach's lecht or lecht.
Wow.
And it's still there. It's still in the middle of a barley field. Sometimes it's called the Giant's Grave.
Really? So
But
this
it's
is an
in
actual
Ireland.
place.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
In 1997,
Oh.
there were attempts to clear the land.
No, you leave that alone.
And they kept running into issues.
Yeah, I bet they did.
So there were several chainsaw malfunctions.
Sorry.
And when they tried to lift the stone, the chains broke
Yeah, I bet.
and cut off a worker's hand. And so blood soaked into the ground. Cut it off at his wrist.
No.
Yep.
No. So they stopped then, right?
Uh-huh.
Thank God. Oh dear.
Yeah, but like a little bit, like almost poetic there, how it's cut
Yeah,
off
don't fuck
at
with
the
that shit.
wrist.
Leave the tomb. Leave the big bads buried where they were buried. Why aren't we
Yeah.
fucking with it?
They're like,
Build a fence around that. No one cometh in.
they're like he was thirsty and he needed to cut off his hand.
That's what I'm hearing. He was being disrupted and took an opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Whoa.
There was also a possibility that Bram Stoker got a little bit of influence from this guy too. There's no real for sure connection to know whether or not he visited this, but I don't know. He was in the area of
Who is this?
the writer of Dracula. Sorry.
Oh, there we
I
go.
did not
Thank
preface
you.
that. You're like, why do we care?
Sorry. Yes. Okay. I'm just like, that name does sound important. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But so, okay, maybe back up here. So, Bram Stoker, the writer of Dracula, was familiar with the writings of Joyce, and the legend of Abertach was well known and widely circulated around Ireland. So it's possible that he was one of the inspirations for Dracula.
That's super cool.
Pretty neat.
Whew.
But 1997, I don't know any more recent things about
There
it
shouldn't
now.
be.
But
There shouldn't be.
like they need to
Stop.
leave it alone.
I'm mad. That is one of my biggest pet peeves. Like, right when I'm reading a book and someone opens the box that you're not supposed to open, or, oh no, let's just go in this undisturbed tomb and completely ignore all the skeletons directly outside of it. This sounds like a great idea. And then they do it. And I can get over it because this is a book or a movie and we got to make a plot go forward. But when it's real life people, I just get mad because I'm like, just stop. What are you going to gain?
They're trying to clear the land.
For what? It's not that
I
important.
don't know.
Now
Probably
someone
to build something.
Yeah, probably. And now someone doesn't have a hand. Okay, stop it. All right, we're lucky that's all that happened. No, you build a fence around that. You build your malls around it. I don't care. Leave it alone. This is no.
That sounds like a Buffy the Vampire Slayer episode.
Leave it alone. That's the title. It's just leave. Oh, sorry. Hello.
Oh, feet.
Hello.
Feet. Sorry.
Okay, well, I have a much less thing. But the problem is I had never actually looked up how to pronounce that. I'm pretty sure it's Mira.
Oh, okay.
It's Mera. It's either Mura or Mira. It's probably Mura.
Mara?
Mara? Maybe Mara?
Mara.
I think Mura, like mermaid.
Mara. Yeah.
Mara? Mura?
Mara. I don't know. One of them. Pick them.
I'm probably going to rotate between a bunch and irritate somebody
fine.
listening. Do you know anything about this superhero? No? Good, because I didn't either.
I don't think so.
Mara appeared in the American comic books published by DC Comics, created by Jack Miller and Nick Carty. The character first appeared in Aquaman number 11.
No, is this Amber Heard's character?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
But we're not talking about her yet. We'll touch on her ever so briefly. But I researched this whole thing and then went portrayed by, and I saw Amber Heard and I almost scrapped the whole thing. And I was like, Erin, no, you finally did the research for this episode. You need to keep it. But she first appeared in September 1963. I'm so mad about Amber Heard.
My mom appeared 2 months later.
Aww. That's so fun. Okay, I don't know comics very well. And that's why I was like, I don't know if I should. I know I should cover it because it's entertaining when I don't know shit about dick, but shit about dicks. Anyway, this is where I'm confused because on her Wikipedia, it lists 2 species. Huh. It lists one as current and one as original.
Oh, yes.
Okay, why?
So DC got so like complicated and overlapped, and everything was like there was too much of it for people who were new to even people who were like into it to really keep track of. And that was one of the motivations for DC to like scrap that world and begin anew. So there's like a new Batman. He has new stories and new origins and stuff. They're starting them all anew. The whole universe has been, and then they're redoing and starting.
Thank you, because I was very confused by that. Of course I didn't actually research it because I was like, someone will tell me. But her current species is Zebellian. It starts with an X, so I assume it's pronounced Zebellian.
Sure.
She was originally an alien. Place of origin pre-crisis was the dimension Aqua. And current is Zebel, so like Zebellian, Zebel.
Sure.
I'm probably saying these so wrong. Her team affiliations include Justice League United, Red Lantern Corps, The Others, and Aquaman Family.
Red Lantern Corps.
I don't know who that
That's
is.
Silly.
I don't know what that. Okay. So, she was originally portrayed in those first comics as a supporting character to her husband, the superhero Aquaman. She possessed the hydrokinetic power, which allowed her to create and control water. Modern writers have given greater emphasis to her superhuman physical strength, so she's also just a beast. She has been depicted as a member of DC Comics' flagship superhero team, the Justice League. Mm-hmm. Queen Mara's earlier storylines have portrayed her mental breakdown. I didn't get too far into that, as she was faced with crippling loss. So basically, what I gathered in just checking out a few wiki pages is that our girl was a princess or a queen of her realm, had some bad shit happen to her. There were some stories that I think they went back and wrote some more stories of her. She was initially introduced as Aquaman's wife, and then I think they later went back and wrote her like prequels.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. And some of those really explored her issues with like rage and anger and loss, which is interesting. But then more recent storylines have talked more about her approach to rulership in comparison to Aquaman's way of ruling, I guess. So it does get in a little bit to who portrayed her. She was portrayed by other people. It has been adapted, the character, to various medias, depending on where they were portrayed. Elena Satine on Smallville portrayed her. And most notably in the DC Extended Universe, Amber Heard portrayed her. I don't know. Where do you stand on the whole Amber Heard thing? I'm still confused by the whole Johnny Depp Amber Heard thing. I'm pretty sure she just sucks. Like, she seems like an idiot.
She represented the female population very poorly.
That's okay. That's how I felt too. Perfect. Just wanted to confirm that I wasn't off my rocker there. So it goes into a lot about her publication history. I'm not a huge comic book buff, so I wasn't going to get too far into the weeds on that one. But I just wanted to talk a little bit more about her background. Oh, here we go. Yes, she was the former queen of Dimension Aqua. I knew I had it wrote down. She was also queen of Atlantis. Yes, so she was an Atlantean.
Tim. Did you ever watch Atlantis?
I did, but I don't remember.
That's like one of the first things Kida, when she's a little baby and her mom's being taken away from her. You know, she's yelling, Tim.
Oh, okay. Yes, I do. I've only seen it once. I saw it like a couple months ago, actually, because Philip was like, how have you not seen this yet?
My sister-in-law, Sarah, says Tim.
Oh.
I say it once in a while too.
Oh, you know what? Maybe that's where I've heard it. Like from you guys. Okay. The fun thing about Mara is she also has a twin sister named Hila, or Hila, Hila, but she turns to villainy and becomes a big bad.
Huh.
Yeah, I just thought that was fun.
Do you know the not Greek, the Norse goddess Hela?
No.
Oh, that's what I went to because she's like the goddess of hell.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I mean, that's aptly named,
underworld, I guess, but yeah.
All right. Well, in her first chronological experience, so we're going to get a little bit more into her background, just a touch. Like I said, if you want to get into the weeds, go for it. In her first chronological appearance, Mira is shown to be fleeing the criminal Liron after he usurps control of her kingdom. So girlfriend basically got kicked out. Now, it said she experienced great loss. I don't know if that's referring to her kingdom, or I'm assuming there might have been like some family loss there too, or like trauma. Trigger warnings. I don't know. And then along the way, her sister turns evil. That can't have been fun. She arrives on Earth and meets Aquaman and Aqualad. Didn't know there was an Aqualad. Okay. Who vow to help her. Liron captures them, imprisoning Aquaman and Mara in Dimension Aqua. Aided by the water spirit known as Quisp, Aquaman manages to free Mara and defeat Liron. Mara abdicates her throne, allowing Volana to become queen, and returns to Atlantis to marry Aquaman. Now, this is the part that gets me. Soon after, they had a son named Arthur Curry Jr., also known as Aqua Baby. I wasn't going to cover this person, but I needed to see her reaction to Aqua Baby.
Oh, no.
Because I was like, there's some here, but there's not that much here, and I don't really want to get into the weeds on all the publications. But then I read Aqua Baby, and I just... Did you know about Aqua Baby?
Nope.
Okay, thank
not.
you. You knew about Aqua Lad.
Yep.
Okay, good, because honestly, I was like, I'm only going to do this because I want to see Risha's reaction to this. And then I said Aqua Lad, and you're like, yes, of course. And I'm like, fuck, she's going to know about Aqua Baby. Nope. There is an entire... I don't know if we even call, series, comics. In the chronological order of the publication releases, there is an entire storyline about how Aquaman's mortal enemy, Black Manta, kidnaps Aqua Baby, and seals him inside a translucent tank designed to suffocate him.
Aww.
Big bad. Anyway,
Black
Mara...
Mantis?
Black Manta is what it says.
Oh, Manta. Okay,
Yeah,
I was like,
know.
Mantis is the insect, but like
Manta Ray. That's my guess too. Long story short, they end up saving him and everything's fine. Wait, hold on.
Everything is not fine.
Sorry, I only skimmed this part. And I was like, I'll just add it.
No.
Hold on. Whoa. Okay. No, things are not fine.
Oh, no.
Oh, fuck. I should have read this better. This one, again, I just wanted to get to Aqua Baby and then I was going to end it. I was going to stop here, but never mind. You're coming along on this Wikipedia journey with me. All right. So Black Manta kidnaps Aqua Baby, seals him in a tank. Royal advisor Volko sends Mara, desperate to save her son, on an ambitious crusade to her homeworld to find a scientist named Zebel, who has the components for a special healing device that could save her son. Oh, so maybe he's already suffocating? Mm-hmm. When she arrives, she discovers her kingdom was once again fallen under rule of Liron. Again?
Liron.
Who has taken Zebel hostage, casting him and the device into the great pit. Mira braves the pit and defeats Liron and his elemental monsters to retrieve the device. Sadly, this I did not see it. Sadly, she returns to Atlantis too late, finding her son dead.
No, Aqua Baby.
Oh my god, I stopped at Aqua Baby. I should have kept reading. Although their son's death created a rift between Aquaman and Mara, they agreed to leave Atlantis forever and travel to a flooded city on the East Coast. Intending to start over as a normal couple, however, Aquaman soon leaves to reform the Justice League in Detroit. Becoming more unstable with grief, Mara is returned to Atlantis by Volko's orders and institutionalized. Shortly afterward, an alien force of sentient giant jellyfish takes control of the city. During Aquaman's battle to free them, Mara escapes and savagely attacks him, blaming his weak genes for their son's death.
No.
While defending himself, he accidentally impales her on an upturned piece of metal. Believing her to be dead, Aquaman has her brought to the royal palace for an entombment with the former rulers of Atlantis. Mara is shown to have survived her injuries due to the unique physiology of underwater sea dwellers. Rising from her coffin, she bitterly reminds Aquaman how little he really knew of her. No longer seeing any reason to remain on Earth, Mira returns to Dimension Aqua and resumes her former duties as queen. Holy shit. I was going to end off at Aqua Baby. Sorry, folks.
Oh, no.
I was just like happily ever after. That's where we'll stop talking about Mara, but
yikes.
Holy shit. And then it goes into her return from queen. I don't even know if we want to get into the weeds on this.
Oh, my goodness. Is she a good queen?
I don't
or
know.
Has she been embittered by the things that have happened?
Mira is revealed to be in a hellish dimension called the Netherworld later on.
Oh, no.
Where she's brainwashed by Thanatos. Thanatos, yeah. An old enemy of her husband. Time passes differently there. She has apparently had a second son who she only refers to as AJ. He appears to be 8 to 10, and it is not known if the father is Aquaman or Thanatos. Drama.
Oh,
eventually, Mara and AJ break free. Mara and AJ team up with Aquaman to defeat some aliens. Mara chooses to stay with her former husband in Atlantis while AJ remains on Oceanide to act as protector and champion, assuming the role of Aquaman. Mira and Arthur eventually reconcile, living in Atlantis and continuing to have adventures together. We're going to stop there. Jesus.
Holy buckets.
Sorry, folks. I really thought I was just going to end it at Aqua Baby because I thought it was funny. That was it.
Poor Aqua Baby.
I know. I was like, they named it Aqua Baby. How comical. Love it. Happily ever after. There's a whole plot where he gets kidnapped. Great. That's where I stopped reading.
Killed.
I thought I stopped reading and he got kidnapped and then they went to save him because I was like, it's a comic book. Of course it ends happy. No one's going to kill a baby.
Oh, honey.
What?
Comic books don't end happy.
What? What? Wait, really?
Yeah.
I just thought they did. That's why I've like never read them. So I was like, oh, these are probably going to be really predictable. Oh, well, now I don't want to read them because they're going to make me sad. Oh, okay. Well, that's all I've got, unless I keep reading on Wikipedia. You know, I might have to come back and do a part 2 to this, depending on how this goes. Not right away.
You should. Yeah, revisit it once you've
Erin
taken a
discovered,
breath.
you know, I might just have to get into comic books now just for this.
I know a good comic book store.
This is true. I'm like heavy breathing into this mic. Sorry.
That was a ride. Oh my goodness.
Wow, sorry.
Weak jeans?
Weak jeans.
That's
I can't get over.
terrible.
First off, I like how they're like, we're never going to Atlantis. Proceeds to go back to Atlantis like at least 3 times. I can't believe he took her back. We like Aquaman, right? He's a good dude.
He's all right.
Okay, so he's mid, as the kids would say. All right. Like if he was like Captain America or something, I'd be like, bitch, why do you take her back?
I don't know if this is still true among comic book fans, but he's always kind of been the joke one.
That's what I've heard, and I only know that from Big Bang Theory because Raj dresses up as him and is like riding a little seahorse for Halloween, and it was funny. Okay, that's all I knew. But Jesus, I mean, his wife went off the fucking rails. His kid died.
Well, he also just kind of left her alone when they were grieving.
Yeah. Oh, well, if anyone knows more about Aqua Baby and Aquaman,
let us know your thoughts on the whole Aquaman and Mira debacle.
God, it's like 2 p.m.
How do you feel about Amber Heard, gentle listener?
Yeah, no shit. Oh, I really enjoyed watching that court hearing on TikTok. Like too much.
My dog stepped on a bee.
Yeah, what? Or just the way she'd keep backpedaling, and then her lawyer asking Johnny Depp some of these stupidest fucking questions.
Hearsay.
Hearsay. Hearsay. I object. Hearsay.
I object. Hearsay. That was your own question.
That was iconic. Oh gosh. All right, that's all. I'm gonna go be sad now. I thought I was gonna make fun of a kid named Aqua Baby, and he dies. That's what I fucking get for doing subpar research.
Golly.
Oh, this is what I say. They come for the first half if they want a well-researched story. They stay for the second half if they want a sprinkling of chaos.
And here you were like, no, my story's not that sad.
You go have some introspection.
Mine only had a hand get cut off. Yours had
a child murder.
Yes. Golly.
And then someone kidnapped.
Marital
Stockholm syndrome.
Abuse between each other. Domestic abuse.
Oh. All right. I don't know how to end this episode.
Well, if you have more happy story suggestions for us, write into vampsandmers@gmail.com or send Erin a smile.
Yeah. Don't keep wet if you're Aqua Baby. Good God. Well, I guess he could stay
no,
wet.
I
It was
think
the oxygen, right?
Well, yeah.
Do your send off.
Cover
so
your
we can be
necks and
done.
watch your tails.
Bye.
Obscurantism and obfuscation.
Orally observed, gentle listener.
Gentle listener.
Gentle listener.
Gentle listener,
Obviated objects of oblivion,
Obambulating about.
offered unto you
Offered unto you.
offered unto you
In the Tapestry Radio Network.
Tapestryradio.org.
from our fancy to yours.